Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So this was just going to be a video where I do a run through Dyna, but I use the new Ascended form of Mana, the brand new Legends exclusive Hatcher monster. So might as well do a review of that here. And yes, she is a Pierce with null gravity barrier, null damage wall. And for that reason, of course, everybody's calling her the fire version of Uriel, which is, that can only mean good things. She does have a new ability, the super null damage wall. And what that does, people seem to think that when she hits a damage wall, she will get a 1.3 multiplier to her attack, which is pretty strong. That's even higher than hitting the gauge of a gauge shot. It only works the first time that you hit a damage wall, however. And then, unlike Uriel, she has an additional ability on the gauge, and that's to give the barrier to somebody. And I believe she's only the second character to have that, the first being Pandora Ascension, which came out about a year ago. And yeah, the third teammate that you hit will get a barrier, just like Lucifer. And this is easy to do with her, because she is a Pierce. So it's much easier for her to get around and then, hit her teammates. And yeah, that barrier is good for blocking attacks like attack down or defense down or stun or, just regular damage or whatever. So if you're creative with it, it can be very, very useful for you. And then her being the Pierce with the null damage wall, null gravity barrier, makes her very versatile. You can take her almost anywhere that you would bring Uriel. So, and then she's got the critical luck skill, which is pretty crazy for a Pierce type. And then stats overall are solid. Speed is pretty high, I guess. Otherwise, just solid. And then the bump combo, she has that all-range spread shot, just like a Tanpopo. And then the sub-bump combo is the little bombs, just like Beethoven. And I kind of wish that these two bump combos were switched. I wish the bombs were the main bump combo, because then they would do a lot of damage. If you've used Beethoven, then you know that it's pretty strong. And then the all-range spread is good, it's strong. But I think the main reason why she has it is so that she can use it pretty effectively in Shambhala. And for Shambhala, it doesn't matter what the damage is of it. It just matters how much area it covers. So to make that the sub, I think, would be better. Because you get just as much use out of it in Shambhala, but get more damage out of the bombs. But, small gripe, no big deal. And then her strike shot is new. She gets speed and power up. And then every enemy she hits will be delayed for 2 turns. And yeah, you can use this to concentrate damage on the boss, and then, stun him for 2 turns. Or you can, move around all over the screen and stun everybody. So it's pretty versatile. And yeah, it does not stun as long as 3 turns, obviously. But 2 turns is still pretty useful. And yeah, that is a quick think about Mana Ascendant. And yeah, I think compared to the evolution form, or compared to previous New Year's monsters, maybe this one does not have the impact or the overwhelming sort of wow factor of past monsters. But she's very, very solid, very versatile, and yeah, certainly deserves to be a limited character in the Legends Hatcher. Okay, but anyway, let's move on to the mission. Alright, and then this first stage I am going to stall. So we'll fast forward through this as I talk about my team. So first is a Hamlin. He was the very last character that I pulled during that crazy Legends run. And he's one of my favorites. He's a bounce with null gravity barrier and status recovery. He's got a strong bump combo, the 8-way laser, and then the blast bump combo. And then he is a blast type, so extra damage there. So he's a good support character, but also he can do some damage himself. And then he has a 8-turn strike shot, where he erases gravity barriers, and then gets speed and power up. And yeah, I don't really need it for the gravity barrier erasing ability for this quest, since all of my other characters have no gravity barrier anyway. So I'll be using it basically just as a speed and power up. And then his status recovery is nice to cure the poison that the boss shoots out. Alright, next up I'm using Beelzebub, another recent character. He is a bounce with no gravity barrier, null damage wall. And then we want that double null ability because both of those gimmicks show up here. He has a very strong bump combo, the super spread, super piercing spread, and then the meteor destruction. And then he has Demon Slayer, or Demon's Bane, one of those. And that'll work extra good on certain characters here, especially the zombies. And then he has a strike shot where he gets speed and power up. And then whomever he hits will get a barrier, which will last for 3 turns. And that's also really good for here, because they can block the poison from the boss, and then also give Hamlin a null damage wall, basically. Okay, next up I am using Mikhail Transcendent, and that's the Christmas version of her. She is also a bounce with no gravity barrier, no damage wall. And she also has a status recovery, so she can also heal the poison. And then she has a strike shot where she becomes a pierce, and then increases the grade of items on screen. Which is pretty important here because there's a lot of damage coming out. And if there are no items on screen and then you use it, it will create items. So that's a nice little tip there. And then a bump combo, she has the rebound, the lock-on rebound laser EL4, which is very big, very damaging, and kind of basically acts like a scramble laser because it covers so much of the screen. And then she also has the meteor destruction. And finally, I'm using Mana, whom I just spoke about. Okay, so I think we're done with the stalling. Okay, stage 2. So here, we cannot stall anymore. We need to take down the Triceratops by 7 turns, or else he will take us down. So we will focus on trying to get out as many bump combos as we can. And then actually, everybody's bump combos here are so strong that I kind of go through the mission more quickly than I was anticipating. And then the bump combos are so kind of flashy, it can be kind of hard to tell what's going on, but just giving you fair warning there. And then starting with this stage, I want to beat every level with either Hamlin or Mikhail, because then that will make their turn come up every even turn. And then that is when the poison will be out, so we can have a chance to heal that every turn, since we have 2 characters with the status recovery. Okay, so here we start with Beelzebub. We'll get out as much damage as we can. And then Dyna will shoot out the poison. And then here, either Mikhail or Hamlin could heal that. Unfortunately, it went on the character that is acting, so we can't heal it. But we'll just do it up and down, so that we do not spread the poison to another character. Alright, poison goes away. Now we can just go back to doing damage. Okay, Mikhail gets the poison. Hamlin will go over and cure her. Excellent. Okay, no poison here again, so we'll just do damage with Beelzebub. Okay, decent. Alright, Beelzebub's got the poison. Let's see if we can cure him with Mikhail. Excellent. Oh, and we took down the boss. Perfect. So yeah, again, we were able to take down the boss with either Mikhail or Hamlin. So that will set them up to cure the poison for the next stage. And here again we have the Triceratops, so we want to get rid of him first if we can. Okay, pretty good. Alright, Beelzebub gets the poison. Let's see if we can get at him with Hamlin. Okay. And I should be using Hamlin's strike shot more often since it charges up so quickly. But I do need to be careful about the damage walls, so... Okay, didn't quite see what happened there, but we took care of the Triceratops. So now it's just us and the boss, and then again we want to clear the stage with either Hamlin or Mikhail. Ah, almost got it there. So with mana here, I'm going to try to stall, you know, just kind of waste this turn and then hopefully move on to Hamlin's turn. But that boot just appeared out of nowhere. And we hit Beelzebub and we clear the stage. Oh well. Okay, so this stage we are not going to be able to heal the poison, so we'll have to be careful about our HP. Okay, we'll just get out some bump combos here. Fine. Okay, Mikhail gets the poison, so I'm going to try to not touch her. Okay, that is fine. Alright, let's get some damage in here. Okay, pretty good damage there from Mana's bump combo. The closer she is to a target, the more damage she will do. Okay, we'll just do an up and down here so that we don't hit Beelzebub. Yikes, big damage. Alright, and then here, let's see if we can take down the boss. So let's use Hamlin's strike shot. We'll go a little bit to the right, just so that we can go over and get a couple hits in the healing wall and then come back, and then hopefully take down the boss. Okay, great. Okay, and full life. Pretty good. Alright, here, as we take down more ninjas, more damage will come out. We don't need to worry about that for the most part, except for Hamlin. He does not have no damage wall. Okay, that is fine. Okay, Mikhail's turn. She picks up the poison, so we'll just do a left and right. Yeah. My angle was a little bit too severe, so we went down and we transferred it to Beelzebub. And then he's right on top of Mana, so it'll be transferred again, unfortunately. Okay, not the end of the world, though. Okay, not much Hamlin can do here. So we'll just eat that damage, do a little bit of damage to the boss. Okay, so we're getting close to taking down the boss. I had a brain fart here, and I took down the boss by accident with Beelzebub. I should have stalled, and then taken him down with Mikhail. So again, next stage, we will not be able to heal the poison. And there's that Triceratops again, so let's try to get rid of him. Almost. Okay, I do not want to touch Hamlin, but he's sitting right on top of a warp, so we'll try to move without going into the warp. Whoops. Alright, but thankfully on Hamlin's turn we were able to heal the poison for 2 characters, so that turned out fine. Okay, pretty good damage there. And hopefully with Mikhail here we can take down the boss. Excellent. Okay, so now we are set up for the final stage, so that the turns will be up so that we can cure the poison. Alright, let's start using strike shots. We'll try to hit everybody with Mana's delay strike shot. Okay, I think we hit everybody except for the lower left guy. And with Hamlin, just for fun, let's use his strike shot. We'll erase the gravity barriers for no reason at all. Okay, and then with Beelzebub, let's use his strike shot. Let's do a crazy angle, and then see how many of my teammates he can hit. Well, just one, but that's something. Okay, Mana's got the poison. Let's use Mikhail's strike shot to heal that. And there were no items on screen, so we created that heart on the left. Not that we needed it, but, you know, just to show that it's possible. Alright, now it's just us and the boss, and we'll do damage to the boss. Okay, let's heal Beelzebub here. And this should do it. Okay. Alright, so that was a few new characters and a few, you know, recently buffed characters going through Dyna. And that was pretty easy. Again, you know, if you have characters with a status recovery, you can just try to set it up so that their turn appears on an even number turn, so that you can heal that poison. Okay, I'll find an excuse to use Mana Evolution as a friend, and then I'll try to do a review of that as well. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.